All right. The last week certainly has been very tumultuous in terms of what's going on social media, putting big tech squarely in the focus when it came to deplatforming Donald Trump off Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and many other platforms. And then obviously Apple and Google Store removing the Parler app from the App Store. And so, this has raised questions about free speech, about censorship. And, while the last week has always been about the politics, obviously in the healthcare space, we've seen this in the context of COVID-19, as well as the anti-vaccine movement. So what I want to do in this video is talk about the importance of having paid, owned, earned, and rented media as part of your marketing mix, and how you have to think through your game plan for 2021. Now, when it comes to owned media, that's obviously the most important part. And owned media includes having your email list and probably also have a list of SMS or cell phone numbers. So these are now channels that you own, where you can decide when you want to post, what you want to post, and nobody is telling you what you can't and cannot do. And so this is an absolute must for 2021. Now, email has obviously always been on that list, but because email deliverability has gone consistently down, you want to make sure that in 2021, you also build a list of text messages that you can then text, whether that's promotions for your MRP program, promotions for a new webinar, etc., so that you can get in front of the people that you want to reach. Now, the next part is earned media, and earned media is you being featured on other people's platforms. So that's interviews, that's podcast episodes, that's anything of that nature where somebody else highlights you on their platform. And that continues to be super important, not only to increase your audience and your reach and your awareness, but ultimately to give you social proof that other experts feel you have something important to say. So don't neglect this in 2021. That's got to be an important strategy. And we have clients that get on local TV. That is obviously the best way to create social proof, because if a television station thinks you're important enough, that obviously puts you into a very rarefied air. Now, the next one is paid media, and paid media includes every instance of where you give an organization money in exchange for them showing your content. So think Facebook and Instagram ads, but I also include Google PPC ads in that realm. And that doesn't always mean that you have to run an ad for a lead magnet or a webinar. It can also just be boosting content so more people in your audience, in your community, get to see what you put out there, because obviously the reach of organic social media is really going down and down and down. And so if you just post on your Facebook page or Instagram page, only a fraction of the people will see it. So by boosting a post, you're now increasing awareness that you exist. And again, this could be boosting video views of a video. It could be boosting a piece of content for reach beyond just boosting something for conversions. Okay. And then the last area is rented media. That normally doesn't get discussed, but I include Facebook groups and obviously all your organic social media in play. That's free in the sense of you're not paying for it, but it is rented. So you're subject to the rules of the owner of that platform. So this is where it sometimes gets problematic, because, if you post something controversial and you get banned from the platform, then you lose that access. But on the other hand, you're not actually paying to reach the people and have actually a platform. So it can be useful. I think Facebook groups and groups in general are really important in that regard, because beyond just email and text message marketing and what you put on social media, you really have to create a community, a tribe around your message, because people need to see the content several times before they actually move forward. So that's why having a Facebook group is really, really critical. This is sort of the safe space that you provide for your audience, so that they get to see your social media content. And that's sort of like the container where your social media should live. And so think Facebook group first, post your content there, and then think about repurposing the group content from the group a week later onto the rest of your social media, on your Facebook page, on your Instagram page, your LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, etc., so you can distribute it more widely. So ultimately, you have to have elements of all four in play. Start with owned media and rented media. That's the easiest ways to get started. Once you get traction, focus on earned media, getting interviews, podcasts, etc., that bring new people into your tribe, into your Facebook group, etc. And then layer on paid media so that you can amplify what you post on your rented properties on social media so that more people get to see it in your community. So I hope this was helpful and gives you something to think about going into 2021. So as next steps, I'll invite you to a panel discussion with 5 clinicians that show how they leverage Facebook groups for growing their practice, how to fill the Facebook group, how to engage the Facebook group, and then how to actually convert people from the Facebook groups into their own programs and one-on-one services. So the link is below this video, and I'll see you in next week's video.